Hello, you beautiful people. My name is Davi. I'm joined by Abe and Charlie. Welcome back to another Tony Tuesday.
How you doing?
And for our viewers and listeners, we hope you guys are doing well. Just a quick heads up, this episode is also available on Apple Podcasts and Spotify, specifically the discussion portion of the show. And also, if you're new here, please give this video a like and also subscribe and hit that notification bell so you can be notified on when we have a new upload.
Also, if you didn't know, we are on Patreon. You can check the link in the description to watch this episode fully uncut as David dies because he's so excited about the Patreon.
He didn't know we had a Patreon, bro.
I didn't. Wait.
It's choking up.
We have a Patreon?
We have a Patreon.
We have a Patreon.
You can watch along with us this full episode uncut and early. So those of you who are on Patreon supporting us there, you already watched this with us. So thank you very much for those of you supporting us. If you want to check it out, it's $5 a month. You have to have your own copy of the show. We'll give you a countdown and you can watch along with us.
Hey, and Charlie, how you doing, man?
We're fantastic.
How are you? Are you okay?
No, I'm good.
Yeah?
You know when it goes down
Man.
Wrong pipe?
Yeah, the wrong pipe. And they're like, oh.
All right. You need the Heimlich or an ambulance? Just let us know.
No, we're good.
Yeah,
But before we get into this episode, Abe, can you read the comments from our previous episode?
I sure can. This one comes from Kiryu. The scene with Rosalie having that conversation with Ralph is a scene I really enjoy. Not because of the context of said scene, but because the actress did such a good job. As a side character, I always really liked Ro.
Yeah, she ate.
She did really well in that.
She did a really good job.
In that scene. This one comes from Sasha. Mama's little hua. Bruh. That was something else. Someone else was like in the comments being like, if Janice called me her little hua, I'll be like, I was looking at
They were like fold or whatever.
Yeah, I was like,
Hey,
Good for you, buddy.
Good for you. We don't judge out here.
No, yeah, true. I guess Janice is
your type.
clearly Janice is some people's type. So,
Yeah.
you know, it can't be that crazy. Anyway, the last one here is from Orange Warm. With episodes like this, Chase was communicating to his critics. At the time, commentators, reporters, etc. were denigrating The Sopranos for negative stereotypes of Italian Americans. Chase would never go on interview shows or answer questions. He would just write an episode.
That's awesome.
Facts. Imagine just like hearing critics and being like, they'll hate this.
That's how you respond.
Exactly.
That's pretty dope.
Yep.
Awesome.
All right, y'all. With that being said, episode 5, right?
Four.
4. Okay, episode 4.
The Wait.
All right. In 3, 2, 1, go.
You woke up this morning.
I wonder if this is anybody's karaoke song.
It's got to be.
Oh, who was telling me, Ginny? She used to do a little dancing herself, eh?
Taught ballet years ago.
Oh, boy.
Are those Russians?
Ralph Cifaretto's crew.
Oh, yeah, see. He's still pissed about the Ginny thing.
You okay?
He wants to kill these dudes, bro.
Pardon me, man.
Oh, he's definitely getting whacked or just beating the shit
I
out of
think
right now.
if anything, he's going to get beaten the shit out of.
Sean, how you doing?
What's the matter? Not funny anymore? Funny, huh? What's the matter with you, huh? Come on, please. Come on. Whoa, John. Oh, what the What'd he do? He's a cunt. Sorry, sack of shit. Let me buy you a drink.
Oh my God.
That's foul.
That's so messed. That just reminded me of Joe Pesci in Goodfellas. The
Funny like a clown?
He's like, funny how? Funny how, huh?
John, your coat. Is that for Burberry?
Oh my God.
What happened?
Nothing. I tripped.
Yep.
I had a few cognacs. Go to sleep.
So I'm guessing this is going to be centered around her because the weight, whatnot.
Oh, or symbolism.
Yeah.
Honestly, guys, I'd recommend a life insurance trust.
Oh, wow. They were doing this. All right. Obviously, they were doing that.
Great. Well, open an account, get the paperwork started, and...
Brian, look, no offense. I know we're family. Let me think about it. Run it by my accountant.
Ginsburg? He's a CPA. He's not an investment advisor.
Whatever. He knows about this stuff.
Called him to like be able to put money into like a trust and bonds and stocks and whatnot. And he came and offered life insurance.
Yeah.
Fun.
The commission on life insurance is crazy.
What happened?
Oh, this is going to... I just realized this is going to start serious beef.
Oh, right. I think the whole Ralphie crew thing triggered him too.
What the John?
I got nothing to say.
You got nothing to say? That fucking kid is in intensive care.
I thought he worked for Ralph.
And Ralph works for me, so I ask you again. What the
Let it suffice that I know, and Carmine knows, that Boppy cocksucker's holding out on us. Fernandez Paving, Ralph's contracting company. My guy went over the receipts for the waterproofing at the Esplanade. This Fucking Ralph's more creative than Spielberg.
What a compliment.
Consider it a message.
He's in Miami. They got phones down there last time I checked.
He's got a bad history, Tony. Cute cocksucker could wind up dead.
What are you saying here?
Right? Is he saying Ralph better watch out or someone to whack him?
See what my friend said about my wife? Made a crack about Ginny's weight. Something about her having a 90-pound mole on her ass.
Well, that's,
Bad response.
Who told you this?
What's important is that it was said.
Well, if he did say it, I didn't hear it, because he knows better than to make a remark like that when I'm around.
I shouldn't have said that.
I never had a problem with Ginny's weight. To me, she's beautiful. That woman is my life. To think she's being mocked?
And that was a horrible thing to say. But even if it was said, you can't be serious about it winding up, you know.
She's the mother of my children.
I know she is, John. I know she is. At least, hear Ralph out.
Kid last night, he was laughing.
About this.
And I'm not.
Yeah, that's the problem. See, he doesn't know.
So this kid gonna be okay?
Still unconscious.
And you pissed all over him.
Lives with his mother.
I'll send her something nice.
Yeah, he's crazy. I wouldn't mess with him, I'm not gonna lie.
No.
One sugar, right?
She's been seeing a lot of Furio lately.
He's been seeing a lot of her.
How are things at Casa del Furio?
The neighbor. I want to make my garage into the guest house so my parents can visit. He says to me because of the rules, I cannot do it.
Right, the zoning.
The man who sells me the house, he says nothing.
As far as I remember, once title has passed, you have no legal recourse.
She gets to use her knowledge now.
It's my real estate exam.
No, the way she was walking, I just go back and I think of that TikTok. Carmela and the Sopranos.
Oh, yeah.
Your father and I have talked. You are not to play Mario Kart or go skateboarding for 3 weeks. And no TV.
Nah, bro, this is gonna be,
This is going to be a problem.
Last year, with our help, over half a dozen crack babies were reunited with their natural mothers.
Crack babies is great.
Yo, I was watching How I Met Your Mother and realized that she's in it.
Oh, really?
And, like, she's in one of the episodes at least.
What do you think? It's not possible, right? Silvio talking to Johnny? You never know, T.
We still have not seen anything about Adriana.
Right.
Oh, yeah, we haven't.
They're keeping that very on the back burner.
How's the back? Oh, the masseuse down there. The Del Rey. Magic fucking fingers.
Okay, so he didn't break his back or anything.
You know you broke up with his sister? Nah. Not unless she told him.
Did he even know that they were together? Yeah, he did. He did.
I wanted to stick a dildo up my ass, make believe she was pimping me out. I told her, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, sure.
That's crazy.
Any idea who's writing the family gossip column?
Funny thing about that, Tom, I don't remember saying anything about Ginny.
Come on, bro. I was sitting right there.
Well, maybe I said something. I forget. I mean, there was a lot of wine that night. Johnny's got some balls. Big house. Lying in his pocket with our hard-earned cash. Who's he think's keeping that fat bitch and devil dogs anyway?
Whatever he is, he's also Carmine's underboss. So you're gonna fucking placate him.
Oh, what? Apologize?
No, you do that, I'll be worse. Whoever told him this is your word against theirs.
Hello?
Hello, sweetie. It's your secret admirer.
Yo, Yo, that's great.
He's literally psycho, bro.
John, it's me.
And?
And I'm calling to tell you how appalled I am. I love Ginny. I would never say anything like that.
It's not what I heard.
From who, John?
I don't betray confidences, Ralph. Are you denying you said it?
Yes, I'm denying I said it. Just tell me who said this. I'll put a bullet in their fucking eye.
You're a real weasel, you know that?
Look, last year when Tony and I had our thing, that misunderstanding, you were the voice of reason. You were the one that told me to apologize.
So you're apologizing?
If that's what it takes.
Why would you apologize? I thought you didn't say it.
I didn't say it.
You know something, Ralph? Not only are you a thief,
So
you're a lying fucking prick. I should have let Tony chop your head off a year ago.
Damn.
What did I say? No apology.
So stupid. He's so dumb, like, actually.
I want you to sanction the hit on Ralph Cifarello.
Oh.
You fucking kidding me?
He violated my wife's honor.
Ralph slept with Jenny?
He insulted her. He made a very insensitive joke about her body to some friends of ours.
What did he say?
Have to repeat it? My word's not good enough?
Not if you want him clipped over it.
She was having a 90-pound mole removed from her ass. The implication was that her ass is so big she could have a mole that size removed from it.
It's an off-colored remark. It was highly inappropriate. You want? I'll demand he's taxed. But clip him?
Is it all just about money?
I'll crack him good. I'll ask for 200 grand.
200 grand for insulting my wife. What's next, Carmine? You get the fuck up for $1 million?
He wants the fuck up.
Oh, my God.
We depend on this guy. There are millions of dollars at stake. We can't afford it, John.
A room full of guys making fun of my wife. And you're not going to let me deal with this?
Not that way. My answer has got to be no.
So he's going to take matters into his own hands.
He's got to be careful.
I want to sit down then with Ralph, fucking thief.
He's trying to make Ralph squirm. But to be honest, I mean...
Shout out Johnny, man. Really loves his wife.
Can kill somebody for saying anything about his wife.
It's horrible. Dad?
Casually walking down the hall.
Oh, this is not... Oh, no.
With a Krispy Kreme donut.
What are you doing here?
I was looking for a glass of milk to dunk these in, and I thought maybe you could help me out.
Yeah, it was families falling apart 2 days ago. Or 2 episodes ago.
Hey, you want to help people, that's fine. That's very noble. Don't be a sucker, okay? A lot of these people, these indigenous types, they got plenty of money to smoke crack and gamble and all that shit.
You ought to know.
Oh, I see. That's what this is, huh? You're working with minorities now to get back at me for being mean to Noel.
Noel.
Believe it or not, the world doesn't revolve around you.
Yo, that look.
Oh, that's a therapist.
Mm-hmm.
He decided to not move.
Hey, take it easy.
He noticed.
Starts backing up.
I think he knows.
Yeah, he knows.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Turns out you're right. Guy's been adding 50 gallons of seal in every 1,000 yards.
Excuse me. I can't do this.
Why?
John, what's wrong?
I can't listen to this bullshit.
I'm trying to explain.
You.
John, please.
Don't fucking John me.
Hey, we're trying to settle this.
It's not about that. I'm sorry, Carmen. I can't be in the same room with this man.
Took that shit very personally. I mean, it's foul what he said, but very personally.
I can't believe I actually kissed him once.
Oh.
Apparently, he's talked about dropping out.
That's his daughter.
Okay.
What's all that?
I'm consolidating some bills. Maybe you don't care about our future, Tony, but I do.
What do you get that I don't care? I met with your cousin.
Yeah, you met with Brian. You sat there eating cake and making wisecracks.
It's boring to me, okay? You gonna cry now?
When you ignore me, Tony, when you trivialize things that are important to me, like this family's financial security, it makes me feel unloved.
Well, that's your problem right there, because you equate love with money.
No, you equate love with money.
Yeah, he's not understanding the situation at all.
No.
A shot. The visor and the windows very separating.
Yeah, and one of them's working on bills while the other one's eating crumb
Cake.
cake.
Yep.
Hey, he's putting food on the table, right? Is that what he talks about all the time?
Talk on it once, you toss it. Totally untraceable. It's what the Taliban used to do.
Oh, my God.
Who's on the wire now?
It's John Corrado.
So what did Ralph do exactly?
He made a very hurtful remark. It's not worth repeating.
Let's point out, too, it's only been alleged something was said.
He allegedly said what he said to a group of people.
If you weren't there, how do you know it's true?
I'm not at liberty to say.
All due respect, but this is bullshit. Somebody in my family's talking out of school, and you're not at liberty to say who?
I want to avenge your honor. This is my right to do.
All right, fine. You tell me who told you about it. We'll bring him in here. He corroborates what you're saying. I'll give you Ralph on a platter.
Oof. This is...
Well, you can't really bring him in there because...
I mean, this is my wife we're talking about here. If this were years ago, would I even have had to ask? I mean, what happened to this thing? For God's sake, we bend more rules than the Catholic Church.
Let's assume, for the sake of argument, Ralph said what you think he said. Is clipping him gonna unring that bell?
Nobody's getting clipped.
I want satisfaction.
It's settled, John. So either name a price or get the over it.
Ooh, crazy.
This dynamic is really reminding me of Tony and Junior.
Right. It's crazy as 2 out of the 4 were in the room. Like,
Ralph's got a big problem, kid.
Thought you squashed it.
I did. Problem is, I don't know if John's hearing me.
So what are you gonna do about it?
I didn't say nothing. We share the Esplanade, Tony. I don't want that apple cart upset.
Yeah, then somebody should do something about it.
I appreciate your thoughts.
does this man have a gun to his head or something?
You saying what I think you're saying?
I didn't say nothing. All right, then, I'll talk to you.
20 years I've been friends with John. Now he's gotta go.
All over a stupid joke.
Jesus.
What was that? And he's like ending the partnership or something?
No, now he's saying
Clip John.
Clip John, because John's going a little crazy.
Oh, I see.
You never made a joke about Ginny Sack.
Not like that. Not.
Yeah, well, f him and his highfalutin bullshit.
It's enough for you and your stupid f***ing remarks. Go back to Miami and play volleyball, whatever the f*** it is you do down there. Or we clean up your f***ing mess. Maybe even keep your ass alive.
Crazy how...
Top thing is I don't even like Ralph. If he were drowning, I'd throw him a cinder block. But not protect one of my own captains?
Yeah, it looks bad.
Carmine gave me the nod.
On Johnny? That one's a slippery huh? Him and those big fish lips of his.
Yeah, Carmine's crazy.
Who knows? Maybe there's an upside to Johnny going.
Could Tony go up in ranks?
Goes to Boston a lot. Visit his father.
Good question. I don't know.
Could happen up there.
You want my advice? You'll call Lou DiMaggio, the Atwell Avenue boys.
What, those sicko f***s in Rhode Island?
They may be old, my little nephew, but those dogs can still hunt.
What happened to this Lenny prick?
Lou DiMaggio. His real name's Galena. They started calling him DiMaggio after the cops found Lenny and his wife with their heads bashed in by a baseball bat.
Oh my God.
Damn.
Christopher looks like he's in Men in Black or The Matrix.
Father?
We're here to see Lou DiMaggio.
Come in.
Silvio Dante, we spoke on the phone.
Chris Montesante, how you doing?
These are the old dudes?
Are you into drugs?
What? No. What do you mean?
We don't work for drug dealers.
No, of course not.
Anyway, this is him, John Sacramone. Stays at the Boston Harbor Hotel. The guy on the left.
You better not confuse that.
Yeah, but Tony
Why would they give him a
Tony
picture
won't
with
be
Tony in there?
Yeah, that's weird.
But Tony won't be in Boston, right?
Yeah, Tony won't know. But why would you even do that?
Yeah, that's the only one they had.
They should just cut him
Yeah.
out. Grab some scissors, cut it out.
Tommy Neri got him coming home from the track one night. Caught him good with a tire iron. When he woke up, I held him down while Frank cut his head off with a
Oh,
hacksaw.
yeah, these brothers are serial killers.
We could arrange to have that same thing happen again. Nothing fancy, as long as he disappears. 20 grand, we said. Half up front.
That's
Who the
all it
heck's
takes.
showing up at the door?
I don't know, but that's all it takes is 20 grand to get somebody whacked.
At this time, maybe, yeah.
How these guys gonna do it? Do they hire like another team or?
Would you like some cake?
Actually, yeah, we got a long ride back.
And the priest is here to hire a hitman too, or what?
I don't know. Pray for his soul.
You got blind dudes and a dude on an oxygen tank are gonna get rid of Johnny Sack.
Yeah.
I don't know, bro.
That guy we're looking for, he's at the Del Rey Hotel in Miami. A friend with the paving problem.
Send someone over there tomorrow to take care of it then.
Oh, wow.
Jeez. Both of them are gonna get whacked. They both have a hit on them.
She's trying to help out Furio, bro. That's
Carmela, Anthony, how you doing?
We were just passing by. I figured we'd give it a shot.
No, we weren't. Come, I'll show you.
I knew he was gonna say that. He's like, bro.
Growing olives, my hands in the dirt, the hot sun.
She's swooning, brother.
Meanwhile, AJ is just
Literally standing
observing
right
this
there.
whole thing. Yeah.
You know, I'm not sure, but I think if it was built before 1938, you can apply for a zoning variance. Pre-existing non-conforming structure, I think it's called.
Say hi to Dad for me.
Love you.
I love you too.
That was some foreshadowing, I feel.
Why?
Because it's the coat that he had the blood stain all over here. Like,
Oh,
that
yeah.
she got
True.
cleaned up, and now he's gonna go get himself whacked. Let's see if he gets popped in the same area. Then
Shit.
Got something?
Ralph, bro.
Todavía está aquí en la piscina.
He's about to walk into something that he's not supposed to see, isn't he?
Oh, no.
At his own home?
I don't know.
It's me. Hello? Why is the door unlocked?
No way, bro.
No.
What the hell's going on?
What?
Jen? Jesus, you scared the shit out of me.
What are you doing?
I thought you left.
I forgot the sweater. What are you doing on the floor?
Nothing. I was getting the laundry together.
Oh.
What the hell's this? I thought you were on the Atkins.
I am. It's hard, John. I'm trying.
This is how you try?
I was dizzy. I was having low blood sugar.
What happened to the fruit salad then?
You were the one who was supposed to quit smoking and didn't.
Nicotine's an addictive substance.
What's wrong with you? Why are you yelling at me?
So
Did I ever ask you to go on a diet? Did I ever ask you to be thin for me? The fasting, the Nutrisystems, those goddamn dealer meal cards?
It's the world, John. Our culture.
Dad, you have any idea what you've done? You lied to me. You lied.
I know I've gained weight these last few years. I see the other wives, the way men look at them.
Don't I look at you like that? Haven't I always? It was your idea, all this dieting nonsense.
I wanted you to be proud of me.
I am proud of you. I love you.
Well, that's sweet, I guess. I thought he was gonna walk into something way worse.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. What do we think? Is he actually gonna get popped here or what?
I don't think so.
They're calling to tell him to hold off. Watch.
Yeah.
Hello. Listen, it's me. I just talked to my guy again. We're calling it off.
I'm already out here, though. Like, right there.
We'll work something out then. Don't worry about it.
I want half.
All right, whatever.
Getting out?
Damn, bro. Man survived
by a split second. Yeah.
He has the feeling though. He knows this guy's here for some shit.
I'm sure Ralph finds it odd, but I don't think he.
What's your fucking problem?
Yeah, I don't think he's that smart.
Felt like he was sensing it for a second that guy was trouble.
He sensed something off, but I don't think he's that smart to put it together.
Right.
Now is Tony gonna call it off?
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, good question.
Ooh.
Well, it would need to be Carmine to call it off.
Oh yeah.
But then how the heck are they gonna reach those guys?
Yeah.
That's gonna be a problem.
There's tons of toys in there he said you could have.
Bullshit. You're gonna lock me in.
Okay, fine. Don't say I didn't tell you.
AJ's foul, bro.
Right.
He's a bully.
Oh my God.
Come here. You come too.
Yeah, Carl, go ahead. Good idea.
Dumbass.
Everybody, come on.
I knew that was gonna happen.
She gave Carmela exactly what she wanted.
She's too smart.
Yeah, she's gonna notice. Yeah, Tony's too busy talking business.
As he always is.
Meadow's gonna notice though.
Look.
Just right in front of him.
And see, if it was Meadow that had seen what AJ had seen, it would have been Raps.
Right.
Jen, why do you still feel guilty?
Sometimes I wonder if Richard had a point. I shouldn't have gone down into that garage that late at night.
I went to see Sask at school the other day, and I'm in the parking garage over there. I was driving around for 20 minutes when finally I spot someone leaving, this big Bluto sort of guy. I must have crowded him as he headed for his car. Anyway, he turned around and became quite confrontational. And for a second, I'll admit, I thought of you.
What are you getting at?
Parking garages are not inherently dangerous places, Jen. You cannot blame yourself for what happened to you.
So is he not making the connection that was Tony?
Maybe not.
Or more likely a repairman.
Yeah, he has no idea.
Yeah.
He did make a good point, though.
You could tell Ralph I've decided to accept his apology.
Wow.
Because he found his wife's box of candy.
No more weight remarks, Tony. They're hurtful and they're destructive.
Oh, I agree.
Trying to understand his thought process of why that now makes it so that he accepts his apology. I don't know.
Bought you something.
What's this for?
No reason.
Because work's been good. It was solved.
Right.
So.
Stress. And yeah.
Tony, this is beautiful. I don't know if this will fit.
Try it on.
He's like, yep, this is why I bought it.
I knew you could pull it off. You look like a model.
Listen to him now.
Thing here, though, is like, this is happening, but she has Furio in her mind. I feel she might receive the gifts and stuff, but
I mean, the choice of song.
You know it's still on her mind.
Yeah.
She'll receive the gifts, but like she'll associate it with Furio.
Meadow, music! Will you turn it down, please?
Probably heard y'all getting busy. She needed something on, bro. Right.
I'm going out.
Yeah, see?
Yeah, see?
Now it's in her head, yeah.
She's thinking of sad. Unfortunate.
We just watched episode 4 of season 4, The Wait, which was centered around Johnny Sack and his wife and the joke that Ralph made about Ginny, Johnny Sack's wife, and wow. Like Johnny really wanted to whack Ralph, man. It was all about it. Let me settle this. And it got to a point where the reason why it stopped, why he didn't want to do it anymore, was because he found Ginny not being truthful.
Yeah, it seemed like it. He found her with a box of candy and stuff.
But it was, I saw that moment as a sweet moment, a nice moment as well, where he was like, I still love you,
Yeah.
for who you are. And that was a nice touch to everything that happened in this episode. It felt like Johnny was just going crazy. And seeing that moment where I just felt like he went back to reality and was like, bro, I love you for who you are. And I just want to know what specifically stood out to you in this Johnny dynamic because we got more of Johnny in this episode. I think so I just want to know with how he operates, what stood out to you about him in general, starting about Abe.
I think we saw this through the conversation that Tony had with Junior, but it feels like he operates on kind of the old school values a lot more, and very reminiscent of that older generation where he doesn't take disrespect kindly and he doesn't take it well, and the consequences for disrespect are death, basically. Especially disrespect towards a man's wife. So I thought that was very telling. I think it also gave us an insight for the first time, I think, into Carmine, because Carmine is like all about his business, like very much all about his business. And the underboss of that family is Johnny Sack, and this man was ready to whack him. Like, it was no problem. Yeah. I mean, clearly he would prefer not to, I'm sure. But the thing was, like, as soon as he understood that maybe Johnny was never going to let this Ralph thing die and it was going to potentially negatively affect the Esplanade project and all that, he was like, brother, we got to do what we got to do. So that is, I think, very ruthless and, reminds me of Junior, reminds me of, the situation with Tony when, he had to put out a hit on Tony, basically. But these were, different circumstances. I feel like Carmine's was a much bigger thing at stake than potentially what was going on with Tony and Junior. But yeah, I think that dynamic was interesting. And then I think the reason at the end why Johnny, came back to it was because he had this notion of in his mind that, like, everything for his wife is so difficult and she tries to lose weight and all this stuff. And then you realize that she's not being truthful and that, like, I don't want to say it this way, and this kind of comes across wrong, but, like, there's a tinge of, like, truth to some of the bad comments that people say, in the sense that, like, she's kind of doing it to herself, and that she's not actually trying. And all the things that he says about her defending her aren't actually true, because she is not doing what she needs to do in order to, I guess, lose the weight. But yeah, I thought his character was very interesting. Again, I was half expecting at one point for Paulie to be revealed as the person who told, although we understand at this point also how, like, loyal Johnny is in these sorts of situations, and very loyal to his wife, and also in the sense that Paulie came to him explaining something in confidence, and then he was not revealing of that. I think it says a lot about Johnny. But I'm curious. I mean, I don't know if we officially got the hit called off on Johnny. Like, we didn't see that happen.
I think
we didn't see it happen, but with him coming back to Jersey, we're assuming that they called it off.
Right, exactly. So yeah, it was super interesting. This felt like this felt a little bit like the Cold War. It's a lot of, like, talking about, like, bad stuff happening. Yo, are you good, bro?
Yeah, it's because I leaned.
Maybe put the power bank up there with it.
Fine. That should fill out. It should be fine for the episode.
So yeah, it felt a little bit like the Cold War. It was just like a lot of talk of people dying and doing X, Y, and Z, and then at the end of the day, nothing happens. Just a lot of scheming in the background.
And we move, right?
and we move, yeah. And I think that's interesting because, again, I'm curious what people's thoughts were at the time, especially the people who were very into this for the mob-related, violence or whatever. I mean, there's definitely some of that at the beginning of this episode started out pretty violent. But it's definitely a slow roll and a lot of buildup into whatever the climax of this season is going to be. And there are still some things that are completely unresolved. Again, we saw Adriana for 2 seconds in this episode, and we still have no idea what happened after she spoke to the feds.
Did we see her in this episode? I didn't even know.
She was at the party.
She was a background at the party, but that was it.
Well,
nothing else.
Yeah.
I was going to go off of what you said when this relationship between Carmine and Johnny reminded you of Junior and Tony. I saw the same similarities, but it's like the roles are flipped. It seems like Carmine was more how Tony was during the conflict with Junior, and then Johnny is more like Junior, where he was very much reacting off of impulse, wanting to get somebody whacked and whatever, whereas Carmine was like stopping and thinking about what are the implications of this, what could this cause, like is this the right way to move? That's how Tony was in the beginning of the series, with the whole Junior situation. So I see the parallels there, but just flipped.
Yeah, I think there's parallels to each of them. Like, I see what you're saying. However, I also think it's like one of the reasons why Junior wanted to whack Tony was because he was undermining him. And that's the exact reason why Carmine wanted to whack Johnny. At the end of the day, he was telling him, don't mess with Ralph, don't do X, Y, and Z. And Johnny wasn't listening. So that's why he did it. Now, on the flip side, to your point, one thing that you can tell is that Junior and Johnny, and Junior admits to this, is like same sort of sentiment. They would react the exact same way. If that was Junior's wife, he probably would have done the exact same thing. So on that note, I could probably understand that. But the fact that Carmine and the fact that Tony don't mess about with their money, that I can definitely see as well as similarities.
Yeah. Not just that, but there's a lot. I think all of them are very similar to each other in different ways, but I definitely see the connection that you were talking about previously. And it Johnny, like you said, seems like he operates off of the old rule book and not the new one, right? If there even is a rule book, or if there is even changes.
He said that. Yeah, he said that
he was like, if this was a few years ago, would I even have to ask for the approval to get this man whacked? Like, it would have just happened, right? But it was interesting to see even Junior, who used to be of that same mindset, be hesitant as well on the phone call.
Yeah.
So it shows you the progression that they've made. But also it could be, from Junior's standpoint, him just being even more cautious because he's already going to trial for stuff. He knows the FBI's on their ass, so he's just taking every precaution possible.
Yeah.
Yeah, Junior was operating smart. That phone call was was interesting.
Right.
But that final scene, Charlie, you said, damn, that was, you said that, oh, that's really sad.
Yeah.
When you were talking about Tony and Carmela.
Mm-hmm.
Why do you think it was really sad?
That's because, if you put yourself in Tony's shoes in that moment, he thinks he's having a genuine connection with his wife, but her mind is elsewhere, right? He brought flowers, a gift. They're being intimate, and he's like, oh, this is, I'm showing my love for my wife. She's showing love back to me. But in reality, she's thinking about Furio. And I think she's going to associate all of those things that that Tony did with Furio. So
I almost see it as like, yes, but I see the same thing for Carmela's side, in the sense that I think that the fact that Tony is seeing this as thinks he's seeing this as genuine love is only proving Carmela's point about how he equates love with money. Because what does he do? He buys her flowers. He buys her a nice dress. I think it's also very telling the symbolism about the weight, conversation about Ginny, buying a small dress, having it fit on her, the attraction to that his wife is fit, unlike, potential other, capos or bosses in the family. It was very all of it just spoke very materialistic to me. It all felt like a means to an end, or very materialistic.
Would you say that scene is like a summary of what we watched this episode?
Yeah, I think so. And I don't feel bad for Tony, because he was truly not listening and understanding to what Carmela was telling him. Like, she was saying, when you do not listen to the things that I tell you, you make me feel unloved. And then he was like, well, you equate love with money. And that was completely the opposite of what she was saying. And then she threw it back in his face. And what did he do? He literally proved her right. So to me, I have no sympathy for the man. Do I feel sympathy of the fact that his wife is thinking about somebody else? Yeah, sure. That's never great.
Because she's cheating on him.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's
cheating on her more.
Yeah,
they know that. Yeah. We know that the dynamic is crazy.
But that's what I'm saying.
Right.
It's like, it's sad because none of them are, their minds are elsewhere, not with
Yeah,
Johnny.
I think both of them are very flawed here. And it's like, yeah, exactly. And that's the sad part to me, is that they have these moments of intimacy, but the love around it and surrounding it is not, genuine or real, or they're not on the same level and same wavelength. And that part to me is sad.
It's just to feel something. It's just to fulfill it. That's it.
Yeah. Fulfill an obligation of marriage or whatever. Like, you know what I mean? Like that thing to me is how they always end up in this space.
Mm-hmm. And what do you guys think of the Fudio dynamic?
Yeah, it's interesting.
Because we're also seeing her progress in her field and trying the real estate. And she's doing it by helping Fudio, but we're seeing it also develop. And it seems like maybe Meadow might have caught up to it because she was playing the music in the background.
That was interesting.
Maybe she was like, oh.
Maybe she just kind of liked it. I mean, again, I think that if Meadow had been in AJ's shoes where they went to go see the garage or everything, Meadow's too smart. AJ's dumb. He doesn't know what the hell's going on.
Right.
But like if her mom had said, "Oh, we're just gonna go by here," and then all of a sudden she's like, "Oh, we were just passing by," she would have been like, no, there's definitely some ulterior motive here.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm not sure she 100% knows. I think if she continues to see it happening, she'll catch on because she's smart. But yeah, I think the dynamic between the two of them is interesting. I'm more interested in Furio's side at this point because I know what Carmela thinks. Like we all know that she's like lusting over him.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure he thinks he finds her attractive, but like based on what we know about Furio, he's very like loyal and respectful, and like that would be a line that we have not seen him cross in terms of just respecting the hierarchy and generally respecting.
Yeah, it'd be very uncharacteristic of him to go through with anything. But.
And the fact that Tony was like, yeah, Carmela, go ahead, blah, blah, blah. This man is clueless. Like, he's so clueless. We have been seeing her, like swoon over Furio for episodes now. And it's been, like, on and on and on and on. And he has no damn idea. And those are the things to me that I'm like, brother, I have no sympathy for you. Like, you're literally letting your wife do all this. And you think that some flowers and a dress is going to help. But maybe I'm being too harsh on him.
I don't know.
Yeah. We're seeing the mob right now and how it's operating, specifically with Junior's trial. It seems like you said, I like the way you put it, how this episode kind of felt like a Cold War. But wondering from how this season is going so far, are you guys liking how it's building up for something, how the narrative is going? Because it seems like from the past 3 seasons we've always gotten like, one big episode, midway. It seems like they're taking their time developing these characters, and it seems like it is a slow burn. I love it. Right.
I mean, it's still early in the season. That was only the 4th episode.
I mean, we had the Dr. Melfi episode was episode 3 of season 3. It was right at the beginning.
Yeah.
Right. Like those.
Yeah.
I mean, that is big. That is big. Mm-hmm. But I would even argue that this one is big. Like we almost saw two big, protagonists or main characters get offed in this one episode. But I think that all of this is to show the tension and the lack of trust within the family right now. Like we've already been building up and seeing the lack of trust from Paulie with Tony, Silvio with Tony, Carmine with Johnny, Johnny with Ralphie, Tony and Ralphie. Like nobody feels like they can actually trust each other. And that to me is a recipe for the disaster, especially when one of the main, heads of the family is about to go in a RICO trial. So that to me smells like trouble. Yeah. So to me, this is all building up of lack of trust. And what happens within lack of trust? We see people betray people. There's a trial happening. We know there's something going on with Adriana. And again, like that to me is very telling that they did that 2 episodes ago and we have not seen anything since. Yeah. Like there are significant things happening in the background that are all going to culminate into one, big deal. And I don't, obviously we don't know what that is. People are probably going to get in trouble. If we know Sopranos, people are probably going to die. And yeah, man, I'm rocking with it.
It's like what we're seeing is, this should be the season where everyone should be united because the trial is happening.
Oh yeah.
Like people just need to put their issues aside and unite and be like, yo, how are we going to figure this out so that Junior maybe gets the best, not the worst case scenario for him. But what we're seeing is that no one can trust anyone. You have Paulie in jail right now who is operating against Ralph.
And against Tony.
Who's feeding information to Johnny. And then you have Sil, who looks very strange. It seems like he's 1 foot in, 1 foot out. It just seems like no one is, like you said, no one is trusting one another. And this is it's coming at the worst possible time because of the trial.
Yeah. Tony's like, it's weird because Tony, the politics right now and the stress of everything for him has got to be on another level because nobody under him are people that he really can trust. Like, I think the most trustworthy guy in that like circle of people is Bobby, and he's more Junior's guy than he is Tony's.
Right.
So it's weird. And then he's putting his eggs in this basket of Christopher, who he has no idea is still a drugged up idiot and is way in over his head. Like, it's looking messy. It's looking very messy. Nothing in the way that this family is structured and the tensions that are happening is inspiring confidence that they can go through this season unscathed.
Yeah, I just wonder how this is going to unfold. Yeah. It just seems like they're building something big to happen.
Agreed.
Right.
Yeah.
And in the same way, it still kind of feels like a deviation from the main plot line. At least the past couple episodes or so feels that way to me.
In what sense? The plot line of the trial?
No, the plot line of the major thing with Adriana being wired up potentially the whole
feds,
time and FBI currently investigating them. The Junior trial, like, that's what I think they're doing, planting little seeds here and there to grow on that storyline. But I feel like that the whole Adriana thing is a major thing that has just not been explored much yet so far. Yeah. So I hope to see more of that.
Oh, it will. Well. It definitely will. It definitely will.
Yeah.
It's just like,
also there's a lot of unresolved plot lines. Where the hell's the Russian guy that ran away?
Facts.
Like, what? There's a lot.
Is the kid in the ICU? Is he alive with Johnny Sapio?
Right, exactly. There's so much. So it's like,
but I don't think we should be worried about that.
Yeah,
I don't think Chase wants us to.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we'll see.
Yeah, we will see. With that being said, y'all, thank you so much for watching and listening to this reaction discussion. We love you guys and see you soon for more Tony Tuesday. Stay beautiful, y'all.
Adios.
See ya.